Do you see yourself with an Arab guy in the future? And
And
I mean,
Hassan,
again, let me
we
rephrase.
just
Let me rephrase.
started.
If is it gonna be?
Massimo, is this where the camera is? Massimo. كلمني يا بابي. كلمني يا حبيبي. استنوا يا جماعة. Support the love message. كلمني يا حبيبي.
And now I would like to announce our surprise guest, Massimo. Everybody, can you just look at me?
Yo, don't do that.
Wow,
Hi.
that's a nice crowd. Everyone's here, guys. How are you?
We
Let
were
me
just
introduce
talking
the
about how
episode.
excited we are to see you guys.
So excited, so excited. Guys, welcome to another episode of Jibber with Jabber. I'd like to thank the Paramount Hotel for putting us up today. I have to introduce my next guest today, and I've prepared something in advance.
Yeah.
Mama Wafaa's golden child, the curly Egyptian crypto digging queen herself.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Massimo's future wife.
Yes.
The
Current
wife.
مش
The
ممكن.
prettiest and funniest Arab TikToker.
أيوة, sounds about right.
It's my absolute pleasure.
Thank you.
The most beautiful guest I've ever... I'm not reading all of this stuff, dude. خلاص.
يا ابني, follow the script.
The most beautiful guest I've ever had on my podcast, and it's a privilege for me, and I am constantly inspired to be around her.
Thank you so much. I didn't even know he had all of that to read.
Guys, all the way from New York,
Too
make some
kind.
noise for May!
Woo! I want to thank everybody for coming out tonight. Thank you guys so much.
It's good to have you here. It's good to have you. You ready to start?
Same here.
You ready to start? So look, let me take it all the way back to the beginning, okay?
We're starting right now.
Yeah,
right away.
We started about
back to the beginning.
We started about 10 minutes
okay.
ago. Now, before you started doing all of the Instans, TikTok, and all of this stuff, because a lot of people like think that it's an easy road, right? They think that, oh, I'm going to start an Instagram thing and it's going to be really successful and stuff. Like, what were you doing before that? Before you even
So before I started doing TikToks and Instagram, I was actually working like a 9 to 5 at a law firm. I was breaking all the laws, but I was working at a law firm. And I was really miserable. Like, I didn't like going to work. It was the same thing every day. And then I was like, yo, I got to figure out something else to do. So I created like a jewelry business with my mom. And so we were spending a lot of time together. And I would spend hours like taking pictures of the jewelry or like pretty models. But like, since I was spending a lot of time with my mom, I'd take stories with her. And you know, me and my mom would just be kicking it, talking. And those stories would boom. So like the hours I would spend on pretty pictures, it wouldn't be so good. But like the real moments I would have my mom would boom. So I don't know, something kind of clicked in my head where I was like, wow, this is kind of missing. And I really enjoy it more. It came more natural to me to do stuff like that.
What about the jewelry kind of made you want to get into
Don't worry about the jewelry. It's not there anymore. It wasn't a successful business.
No?
It wasn't.
So you don't have like 18 boxes that you still want to sell that
I
I
still
left
have
at home?
some at home. If anybody's
Okay, so what about the
interested in
jewelry, guys?
silver
If you want a bit of
Egyptian
jewelry, you can always get some. Right?
Yeah, I wouldn't sell to you. I only have good customers. You'll be like, this
Guys,
is
for
the
the
type
last-
of guy
I
to
just
be
wanna
like,
say-
give me discount.
I just want to say for the,
Give me discount.
yeah, obviously, it's in my blood, dude. I'm an Arab. There's no way I'm haggling everything. For the last week, it's been like this, like really bad. You good with that? You alright?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so where was I? Okay, so then
Continue.
after that, yeah, I just created maisvault, and I was like, wow. My mom and I just started off with stories. I quit my job at the law firm. She didn't know, like, I quit my full-time job. I was getting dressed up like I was going to an office every day for like 3 months. And I would sit at the same cafe for 8 hours. And I would buy 1 cappuccino a day for 8 hours. And they were like, what is this girl doing? And I was just taking like Instagram courses, YouTube courses.
So you actually took courses and did it
Yeah, but
properly?
I don't really believe in them because they would teach you like, oh, the algorithm, you have to post at 3 p.m. and make sure, I don't know, they would teach you all this BS like that I don't really listen to anymore. But when you're first starting something, it's good to like educate yourself on it. So that was my mentality at the time.
And where did Mama Wafaa come into it? Like, was it a case where you actually planned that I'm going to start putting Mama Wafaa into it? And was she kind of in the game, or was she was like,
So
what are you
like when
talking
I
about?
started, okay, like all Arab moms, like, okay, so I quit without telling her because she would be worried about me. You know what I mean? Like if I told her, Mama, I quit my job, she'd be like, Ya lahwi, what are you doing next? And I didn't have a plan. Like I didn't have a plan and I had no explanation. So I didn't want to be like, because that would be double trouble, like double worrying for her. So I took those 3 months to like realize like, oh, I actually wanted to do Instagram, TikTok, all of that. And
Wait, you didn't tell her you quit?
I didn't tell her quit.
So you were getting dressed to go to work every morning.
Yeah.
And leaving the house pretending to go to work.
Yeah,
and
it was
then
really
coming back.
bad. It was yeah, it was pretty bad. Yeah. Yeah, it was pretty bad. And then
That was like a moment where you had flashbacks. And
yeah,
because
because I remember the cafe I would be sitting at. And then I like gradually, then I was like, I would like drop hints, like, the subtle thing, like planting the seed. I'm like, Mama, I'm doing this video. And then like, she'd be like, what video? You're on the internet? Like, she'd be nervous. And then I always started including her in her, like, including her in it. And like, Mama, Tali, like, come to this video. Let's do this video together. And then she'd be like, oh, and like, we were actually very stiff in the beginning. I hope nobody ever watched my first videos with my mom. Like when we first tried to do skits, it was really like not that good. But over time, like things get better, alhamdulillah, and like it just felt more natural. And now we just do stuff together all the time. And sometimes she does stuff by herself now. Like
her own videos. She comes up to you, is like, I have a list of things that I want to do. How about these?
My mom's actually filming for like a movie by herself. I'm not even there. She has like a role somewhere. God bless whoever's taking care of her because she's a diva.
All right, guys, I just want to tell the people who are going to be watching this on YouTube that this is a very different way than we usually do it. So they're going to be confused because on screen when you're watching this, you're like looking that way. So they're going to be like, why is she not making any eye contact with him when she's talking to him? So that's what's happening, guys. Don't worry. There's a live audience here. Make a little bit of noise, say they know. Boom. There it is. Yeah, so did it take much convincing to get Mama Wafaa involved? Or was she just up for it
I think because she was so worried about like, a girl on the internet, because when you think about Instagram or videos, she didn't want me to do the sexy thing, and I understand because like when you look at me, like damn, like that's your first thought. What you laughing at? Who's laughing? I'm being serious. I can't help but be a sex symbol. I was like, it's just second nature to me. So like that's where her mind went, and I don't blame her. But after a while, like after I showed her I was doing comedy and I was doing personality things, and she was more on board with it.
How do you feel about comedy in the Arab world with comedians, with Arabic female comedians? Do you feel like they're taking off now, or is there a gap in that? Because I get a lot of people talking about that to me. It's
interesting because I used to feel very alone when I started. I didn't find a lot of female Arab comedians or Arab American comedians. I live in New York, so over here I don't know how it is. Like, can't speak for the content creators here. But in New York, and especially in like mainstream media, you find like no representation of Arab American females. And if it is, it's like the oppressed female, blah, blah. So for me, and even growing up on Instagram, there was always like these models or like, it was really like if you're beautiful and you take amazing pictures on Instagram, you're going to be famous. That's how it was when I was growing up. The IG model phase. But then, what was the question again? I didn't say it. What was the question?
I was like, I asked you a really good question. You were like, I'm so sexy. I'm so sexy.
Yeah, that's all I remember. What was it?
About female comedians.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. So then, yeah, like when I first started, it was just like me and my mom creating a brand together, and I wasn't really like collaborating with anybody. I was just building my own content and my own personality and having my own presence. And then when that started to get built, I was like, yo, I wonder where other creators are. Like, I wanted to reach out. I wanted to create community. And I found a lot. It's very male dominated, I will say.
Really?
It is. But it's refreshing. Like, it's becoming more common for female creators to do content. Comedy is still a little bit behind, I feel like. But I think we're like the new faces or the new change or like the new inspiration for people to feel comfortable to be outside of your space and like, be funny and like not have to always have the look or whatever,
Now that you're like one of the top celebrities in the world.
Stop it.
Did I say that right?
Yeah, is it on the script?
Yeah.
Okay.
How did it feel when you started getting noticed when one of your videos went viral and you looked at it and you were like, this got a lot of views? Like the first one.
Sometimes it's hard for the numbers to like translate into people watching, right? So you're so used to like, what I do is I detach kind of mentally. Like I post and I'm like, okay, I don't care, man. I don't care about the numbers, and then I'll peek and then I'll check. But it's a beautiful thing when it's real life. Like these numbers aren't just like random views. It's actually people opening their phone, taking the time out of their day to watch you. So when my stuff started getting viral and people started recognizing me in person, and to this day it shocks me. I'm like, oh my God, thank you so much. Like, is this real? Okay, and then we start screaming together. Then we take the pictures. Then I'm like, the people will be like, say hi to your mom. I'm like, say hi to your mom. Like, what's up? Like, where are you from? So yeah, it's pretty cool to connect. Like, I don't do this like because I want to get popular for no reason. I do this because like I actually enjoy like speaking to people, connecting with people, creating the content, working on it. What else? You want me to keep going?
Keep going. So Mama Wafa's got like a big name as well now.
Yeah, Mama Wafaa. I'm sorry, guys. It was a meet and greet for me, not Mama Wafaa. She's usually like the person that people ask.
Do you get
about.
that a lot?
All the
and
time.
How does it feel
all
when everyone's like, "Are you May?" and you're like, "Yes," and they're like, "Where's Mama Wafaa?" and you're like,
Wallahi, guys. One time, I was standing next to my mom, and this person starts rushing towards us, and I'm like, "Oh!" I start getting hyped. They push me out of the way, and they're like, "Mama Wafaa is here!" And when I tell you, my mom rubbed that in my face for about 2 weeks. And then they made me take the picture. They're like, "Here, take the picture of us." And I was like, "Is this good?" They're like, "Take more pictures." Like, I was getting bullied. But it's awesome. Wallahi, like, I'm so happy for my mom.
For sure, because I think it's so relatable to a lot of us because we see a lot of our mums in Mama Wafaa.
She's like the Arab mom for everybody now.
Like, do you know what I mean? So that it's like so relatable to all people. Like even people from South America, people from all of these people. We all have these mums who act that way towards us.
It's sick because the shib is an international language. Like
Yeah,
everybody understands the shib. Like no matter the slippers everywhere. It's known everywhere.
It's a rite of passage. If you didn't have the shib when you were growing up, then don't talk to me about issues and problems because like you didn't have a real upbringing. You know. How do you deal with haters, dude? Because
haters.
there is so many. And
do you get haters?
Me?
Yeah.
Never. But
no.
But I mean, like, there's so many different levels of haters. There's some of them that generally hate, and there's some of them that want to take it upon themselves to just bring such a subject to a video that you've done that's got nothing to do with it, like the video from the other day that we did.
Because you're in it now. You want to talk about the video?
No, they weren't hating on me. No, but like you just make a funny video, and then someone's this is whatever and this and that, and you're like, hey, I just tried to make you laugh. Like, why are you getting so deep into it? Do you ever get that where you're just like you're taking it way too far?
I stay away from like things that are really controversial because like I just want to use the language of the universal language of laughter. And so like a lot of times when I get those hate messages, I'm not gonna lie, like the first instinct you get defensive, like, oh my God, this person said what? Where do they live? I'm showing up, I'm whooping ass. But then you gotta calm down. Like you can't, like I've learned a lot of patience, like through the internet, because it's easy for anybody to say whatever they want.
Keyboard warriors.
I don't know. I've always been the type to like kind of detach from like somebody, but I also have like a good circle of people around me that keep it really honest. Like I show them videos. I'm like, yo, what do you think of this? I think it's really funny. They're like, delete that right now. Don't ever post that. So you also need like a crew of people around you that are super honest. And like, don't be afraid to show like 4 or 5 people your videos before you like post it.
Have you ever made videos?
Is there any content creators up in here?
There's a lot of hands going up here.
Oh, okay. 5, 6, 7. Oh, in the back. 8. All right. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So they know this already. Okay.
Yeah, they know. So,
like,
but there's a lot of other people watching who don't know that. Do you get any backlash from the Arab community for some of the jokes that you do?
I speak a lot of English in my videos. I feel like if I did a lot of TikTok boom boom boom, like I feel like that would be like a harsher I don't know. I feel like the Arab community, they love you really hard, but you got to be careful. Like I don't know. So I speak a lot of English in my videos, but I don't know. It like my mom's Arab, so of course we have that. I don't know. So what was the question?
Every time. What's the question again? I'll tell you what is an interesting thing, and it happens with a lot of us Western Arabs. Do you feel Arabic? And let me rephrase the question, because obviously you feel Arabic, but when I was growing up, when I was in London, I was the Arab. When I was back home, I was the English guy.
You were the Arab in London.
Imagine. Yeah, imagine. Like, do you feel like when you go there, you're classed as the American, and when you're in America, you're classed as the Arab? Or Like how close are you to the Arab ties?
Yeah, I feel like sometimes I feel like super connected to like the Arab community because, you know, we have the traditions. We grew up a certain way. And
We got beaten the same way.
yeah, we all get beaten the same way, stuff like that. And you know, we have those traditions. I used to go to Egypt every year, like growing up. So we had that. But I also had that American lifestyle where I grew up with people like growing up in high school and stuff, doing the complete opposite, like free lifestyle, doing whatever they wanted. And then I was like the freak show to them. Like, oh, like when my mom or somebody would call at like 9 p.m. and I'd start having a panic attack, they would be like, oh my God, do you have asthma? I'm like, no, I have Arab parents. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's different. It's different. So that's why I was saying, like, growing up when I was on the internet, it was hard to find people to relate to because that wasn't, like, you had other Arab friends, but you didn't have like a public figure who went through the same thing, or somebody who was sharing experiences like that. And so yeah, it's a weird place to be in, but like I feel like I've met a lot of people who are like me now.
Now it's starting to open up with us.
I feel like I have a better community.
Yeah.
And even the Arab creators here, like I love them because they're so like open and they're into like everything. They're like everybody knows what's going on. You know what I mean?
Do you see yourself with an Arab guy in the future? And I mean, and again, let me rephrase. Let me rephrase. If is it gonna be?
Massimo, is this where the camera is? Massimo, كلمني يا بابي. كلمني يا حبيبي. استنوا يا جماعة. Support the love message. كلمني يا حبيبي.
And now I would like to announce our surprise guest, Massimo. Everybody, can you just look at me?
Yo, don't do that. Don't joke
I was
around
gonna
like
get
that.
one of my Italian friends to just walk in like that, but it
I
didn't
came
work.
to Dubai. He was in Turkey. Like I stopped in Turkey and came to Dubai, and he moved to Turkey. I was like, is this a prank? Like, it's not working out.
So he's running from you, basically. Is what's
Somebody
happening.
gave me the evil eye.
What was the question?
Would I date an Arab man?
Okay, let's rephrase the question because
Is he
the
wealthy?
Western Arab and off the boat Arab, like literally just stepped
No,
onto
there's
land.
no difference. There is. You have Bitcoins. You have no Bitcoins. I don't discriminate. Western.
Really? I know, because a lot of my friends, a lot of my Arab friends who I grew up with in the UK, they were like, I just couldn't do it. Like with a, you know, when they go back home and they're like, oh, come and meet him, and they're like, no.
Oh, like
we don't get
like
the same.
You're saying
we're
fresh
not
off the boat.
Yeah, we're not the same. Like for example, you go back home and then you get to get married.
I don't think like a guy straight out of Egypt.
That's what I mean.
Understand my life.
That's what I mean. So, and some were the other way around. They were like, no, I've had enough of you. You
Okay,
know,
but
Londoners.
can I share a story? Because this really hurt my soul, and like, no one's ever comforted me about this. Before I came here, Abdullah, there was this guy named, oh, I shouldn't say his name, but there was this guy named Abdullah. And I had a crush on him. I said, hey, Abdullah, I'm looking to get married. What do you think? Like, I feel like we have a connection. He was flirting with me. I'm like, I'm not crazy. He bought me dinner and lunch. Like, there's no way he wasn't flirting with me. And I was like, yo, are you trying to get married soon or whatever? He's like, you know, May, you're really funny. And you have napkins? And he's like, you're really cool, but I don't want to date a influencer. And I was like, he's like, yeah, you're always on camera with different people. I'm like, so what? But yeah, that was like, wow, I got rejected, which happens to me often. So I don't care. I mean, it's nothing. Anyways, I don't like Abdullahs. I don't like Abdullahs. West or East, I don't care. I don't want them.
Look, over the course of time, there's been many, you know, famous romances. There was Romeo and Juliet. There was Antony and Cleopatra.
May and Massimo.
There was Jay-Z and Beyonce. And now in the, you know, 2021, there's you and Massimo.
Yeah.
Let's talk about this.
Now
love
you're
story.
talking about the real stuff.
Yeah, let's talk about the real
He's
stuff.
so fine. Where are these men in real life? Like, where are they at? No offense to the fellows in the audience.
Like every man was just like.
Yeah, they're like, yeah, dude.
Oh, that's your whole love story?
Oh yeah,
He's fine.
What else you want me to have?
I don't know. I thought you were gonna have like a good. I thought there was a good background. يعني شوية كده.
No.
No, that was it. He's fine. That's the whole love story.
My limelight. I
Okay.
can't believe it.
If the situation arose, and you did meet Massimo,
You don't
How
know
would that play
this
out?
I think I would faint.
How would it really play
I
out?
really think I would
Not
faint,
not
guys.
not the comedy version, but the real version might actually be the comedy version. But
Why-
how would it actually work out?
Why are you acting like I'm crazy and it wouldn't happen? Yo,
Okay,
I,
it's
I
gonna
don't
happen.
like I don't like people like him. He's a
Negative, yeah,
energy.
dream killer, a dream killer.
Dream
No,
killer.
you meet him today. Like, how does this happen?
You know,
Would you go up and speak to him if he was
Hell
just
yeah.
there? Yeah.
I've been creating content about this man for quite some time. You know, I should introduce myself.
Okay. And how would that
And
introduction
then get
go?
rejected, you know, and then I could say on a different podcast, like, guys, we were almost there. But then I was a content creator. I was an influencer. He couldn't handle it.
What if he said the same to you? What if Massimo was like, but you're a content creator and I'm...
Wait, I can't hear you, Al.
You cannot hear? Is it my mic or
At
is it...
all, right?
Can you hear now?
This whole time? Dude, you're better
From the
off.
beginning to now?
You're better off.
Thank you for the 30 minutes in who the people were like, yeah, we can't hear anything. It was probably better off for you guys. So I'll start it again from the beginning. So
put
guys,
it
I'd like to
closer.
welcome May from maisvault. So tell me about the beginning, the first day. More people coming in. Hi guys, how are you? How's it? Don't be shy. Hi. They can't hear me, right? They can't hear me. Okay, so how are you liking Dubai? Because it's
love
not your first
Dubai.
time here, right?
No, it's not my first time. It's my first time where like things are completely different. But I love Dubai. It's like a different lifestyle. Everything's easy. Everything's smooth. You could do whatever you like want, like relaxation wise, adventure wise. It's
What do you mean things are different?
you know, I live in New York, so every day it's the same thing over and over. So it's a good change, and like the people are so sweet here. And I
You
like
liking it, yeah?
yeah.
Do you see yourself living in Dubai if the opportunity came?
I mean,
Now that Massimo's here, I think it's more of a percentage that you will.
if Massimo, no, I would actually, but I'm not the type to just like pick up my stuff and like move somewhere unless like I had something kind of set up.
Something going.
So if it was set up, yeah, then I probably would.
So if Mama Wafaa had an actual checklist for a potential suitor, what would be on that list?
Bitcoin,
No,
Tall,
Mama Wafa's
handsome.
not your one,
fine.
like a real one. What would she actually be?
You know, my mom's a simple lady. At this point, she's just like trying to push me out of the house, like at any cost. She's about to put flyers out around the city, like, who wants this?
Like those missing
Who
cat
wants
flyers on
any
the
of
things.
this? But my mom's like a simple lady. She's very simple, rich. No, I'm just kidding. She wants somebody with a good job, like good manners. She's into bald men. Like, I don't know. My dad has like this bald spot, like this Middle Eastern bald spot. Like, she showed me a few
But
guys
she's into
with
them
that bald
starting
spot.
out like that.
And she's like, May, he's handsome, right? And I'm like, no, Ma, you tripping. But yeah, like, good guy, good, honest guy. Not in the clubs.
You looked at me
Not
like I go clubbing.
trifling.
I don't go clubbing. Keep going.
Honest. No, just the simple things, honestly. And Muslim. I don't know why a lot of people are like, are you going to marry somebody doesn't exist? Oh, this is the worst day. At what? Gosh. And like, I come out to Dubai and I'm like looking around in the spots. I'm like, It's the worst place to look around?
Yeah, this is not the place.
Oh my God. Wow, this is a positive
I mean, it
crowd.
seems to be a lot of
I
the
told you I
females
had
are
to go
saying this.
14-hour flight. And
A lot of
y'all-
the guys are still quiet in the audience. Would any of the guys in Dubai wanna nothing back to say to that? Or nothing at all? They all agree. Yeah. They all
Okay.
agree. But are you ready to
Wow.
to take that leap now? The whole marriage and kids and
Ah.
life changing.
Well, like, I don't know. Like, I feel like everything's written. Like, I never forced anything. Do I feel like I can have a kid right now? Oh my God.
It would change everything.
This is really like, you
In a
opened
good
my
way.
business right now. I don't think
good
I'm
way.
ready for that right now.
Is that because of the whole you'd have to kind of rearrange everything that you're doing in life right now?
Yeah, because then they would be the center of everything. Like a child requires a lot of attention.
Mama
And
Wafa's
money.
Instagram would change now. You'll be like, I have a new person to make content with.
My kid is gonna be working at like 2 years old. Like, he better go to work.
Yeah.
He better
Make that
start
money.
reviewing toys or something. I don't know.
Where did you learn about crypto? Who taught you about this whole?
I had a friend out here, and he was look, gold digging. gold digging never worked out for me. Like, no one ever wanted to pay my bills in cash. So when I found out there was a new currency, okay, I was like, this is my time to shine. This is my time for people to pay my bills digitally. I don't care. So I became a Bitcoin digger. And it's been it's a new chapter in my life that's been going great.
It's working out well. So you have your
It's working out well.
you have your trust
Well
wallet
enough.
and everything.
Huh?
You have your trust wallets and all of your
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, why are you trying to donate something?
Well, I told you this episode was sponsored by Saya. So if you want
Ah.
to check your trust wallet, they sent you a little gift in there.
Stop.
Yeah.
Stop playing.
Do you think I'm lying, or is he's like 100% lying? Check your phone.
Stop, wallahi, don't play with me like
Check
that.
your phone and realize
I
that
don't joke around
you've been
with
cursing me for
Bitcoin.
the last half an hour, and they've been sending you gifts and everything. We just want to welcome you to the.
Stop. 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 مش ممكن face ID. تعال هنا.
You've already got a lock on your wallet with Face ID.
All right, guys, it was great. Nice talking to you guys. It was such a good episode. Thank you so much for coming on.
Did it go in there?
What?
Is it in there?
Shut up. I seen it.
Yeah, but don't tell anyone how much it is.
Shout out to Sia. What is it,
Saya,
Saya?
Saya.
Shout out to Saya, the Bitcoin.
You are now an owner. Keep going. What else? What are you gonna do with your crypto?
No, I really did receive crypto, guys. This is wild.
But don't spend it though.
This is ridiculous.
If you guys all want to check under your seats, there is also
No, stop.
a crypto voucher there for all of you guys.
That's wild.
No, there isn't. Everyone's.
You guys want to know how much they sent me? No, or should I keep it?
How much did they send you? I don't know.
But okay.
Let me see first.
Should I
Let me
complain?
see first.
They sent.
Let me see first. And
They sent 999. فين extra dollar?
you're unhappy with your $1,000.
It should be
of
extra,
crypto
so
that
it's a
you-
nice like.
Just making a note to never help anyone again. In there.
That's
So,
awesome though.
You're very welcome. So where do we go from here, dude? What's your kind of plans with the whole maisvault?
You know,
first of all,
like-
let me take it back. Why is it called maisvault? Because the comedy is so expensive and that it has
That's
to
a
be
good
trapped
way.
in a vault
That's a
and
good
locked
way.
up.
But no, when I started my jewelry company, it was called Nefertiti's Vault. No, I'm sorry, it was called Nefertari's Vault. This is why I wasn't good at jewelry. It was called Nefertari's Vault. And then when I created my own page, it was like maisvault. And I didn't know my mom was gonna be like a huge part of it. I just knew like maybe should show up here and there.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's why I just took the vault. Like you can enter a vault and you find all this jewelry or like all these secrets or things about somebody. And so I said Maze Vault.
Nice.
But my name is May. Like everybody says Maze.
Maze. Yeah, I
Maze.
get people calling me Jibber all the time. I'm just like, it's just
Jibber?
not. It's not the.
I think the mic is still far away. You hate the mic or
So
what?
sometimes, dude, to be honest,
Smoke
usually
it.
this is a whole new setup. We don't have speakers going around. We're in the little studio. There's like four of us in there having fun, you know. So we're accommodating for you today,
Okay.
for you and your peoples. Here,
مش
your
فاهمة
beautiful
منك حاجة
peoples.
بس خلص. What's the next question?
The same question from before we didn't answer
What?
yet.
What is
The
it?
future plans for.
Future plans. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
No, I know.
I just like back to mainstream media. I just want to be like in movies, mainstream productions, and just use my creative, whatever I could take on my page and make it into something bigger or something with more effect. I want to do that. Yeah, and I want to give back to other like females from minorities that, you know, don't get the representation that they need or that they should be getting. So yeah, that's a thing on my list. Like I want to be in movies or host like big carpets or something like
Do
that.
you see big carpets?
And rep Egypt.
carpets.
Put Egypt on the map a little bit.
Yeah, put it on the map. That's what's going to do it. You don't see yourself doing stand-up comedy at all? 'Cause I see you tried it recently.
I actually have.
Yeah.
I did stand up in Indiana. Does anybody know where Indiana is? You do? Who? You guys know Indiana? Okay, I picked Indiana because I thought nobody knew where Indiana was. And I didn't know, like, it was my first time doing stand-up. And it was 50 people. And I flew out and I practiced for, like, a good 2 weeks, which is not enough time to do stand-up comedy. But it was very, like, successful for me. And I think it's an option. Like, it's a tool that I want to, like, practice and work on. And definitely, like, I was thinking about having a show out here. It just, like, the technical part of it didn't work out. But yeah, maybe in the future that's something I'll do full time.
'Cause, I mean, this is something that's happening now in quite a few different like industries. So in the whole boxing and that stuff, you have these YouTubers that are driving actual boxers crazy because they're bringing in so much money. And boxers are like, I've been doing this for 10 years and I've got a bit of brain damage, and you just come one day and start bringing in these crowds. Do you feel like you kind of get resented by the comedians who have
Oh, that's
a bit of
juicy.
juiciness coming in?
That's
But
juicy.
the
He's trying to start a
comedians,
fight.
no, but you know, there's a lot of comedians who, you know, the stand-up comedy takes, there's like layers that you have to
Yeah.
go through. You have to do the whole parking the cars and doing and kind of earning your stripes and that. And then you guys now can pack a room in less than a day. Do you feel like they resent you guys for that?
I think, I think, like stand-up comedians have different muscles than social media comedians, right? We have different muscles in different things. Like they might be amazing on stage, but when it comes to creating content or being like on a visual platform like Instagram or TikTok, it's difficult for them. So I respect like stand-up comedians, and I have a lot of friends that like when I was starting it to stand up, they actually supported me. But I do see that side of like of some people who do get bitter. But like أنا ماليش دعوة. What am I supposed to do with the bitter people? I don't know.
You give them a ticket to the show and let them enjoy.
You, like give them a free ticket.
Yeah, yeah.
No.
Even them, she's like, no, nothing free.
I don't know. Like I guess because social media is a new thing, it's hard for a lot of people to respect the accomplishments that you can have online, and it's hard for people who've been doing it like the traditional way for so long to respect like somebody who kind of can do it a different way or a way that they didn't do it. So
what was the question?
So no, I know what the question is. I think I think I respect it, and I just like I ask stand-up comedians for advice when I go up on stage because that's their arena. I have stand-up comedians who ask me for advice about how to edit a video or how to shoot it. So I think it's an environment where we should also help each other grow instead of like, oh, damn, she just started last year, or oh, she started 2 years ago and she's like doing stand-up. Who does she think she is? You know?
That's the unfortunate thing that
Yeah.
in these kind of industries, people don't want to kind of support each other, and it's very kind of like everyone for themselves. And there's like cliques, you know, where this click and where that click and where that, you know. Do you find that you're not really bothered? You're just going to do it anyway?
No, I always like link up with people who support me or like I always have good energy around me. And if I meet somebody and I don't like their energy, like I'm not messing with them again. And like my family and I are very close, so I always have my family around me. But now I really did forget the question.
You made me forget all the questions, to be honest,
Yeah,
from the
this is
beginning.
worst. I'm so sorry.
To be beginning. Yeah, so
Indeed.
comedians and hi guys, welcome. Thanks for coming. If you're just joining now, May hasn't really been talking very loud into her mic, so we fixed that situation.
Wow, try for
you know,
knew he was a liar.
we're really gonna.
You look like a liar.
We're really gonna start doing. You've been giving me negative energy since the day we met. How do you feel about people? Do you find that other influencers are kind of also in that same kind of they'll hate, and then you're in their country and they're like, hey, we should make a video, let's hook up, and not any of you guys that are here, the other ones.
No, I honestly, like, I'd be real about it, but I didn't feel that vibe. Honestly, everybody that I met online, like Dimi's here, Asala's here, Mohanna's here. These are all people I watch online. I respect every single day. And then, like, when I met them in person, it was like we were homies for like 5-6 years. And I'm like, hey, come to the event, come show support. But they're awesome people in real life. Like I said, if I don't mess with somebody in real life, they ain't gonna come in my circle. Like, the thing is, you gotta protect your energy. You gotta protect, like, yourself and your mind frame. So you're responsible for that. You have to speak up and tell people what you're comfortable with and not. So that's something that I've learned the hard way that I do.
Nice, I like that. Since you don't like any of my questions, guys in the audience, do you have any questions that you guys would like to ask? Guys in the audience, do you have any questions that you guys would like to ask May? We do have there's a lot of hands up there. I know you guys can't see because the camera's on the other side.
What's your name in the back?
There's about 80 hands up in the air right now.
I think we have a microphone.
We do have a microphone here. Where is the microphone? So, dude, how long are you here for now? Left? We haven't got much time, right?
I'm staying till the 25th.
And we still got the things to do.
No. I wish.
Where was the hand?
Next
Right
week.
at the back.
What's your name?
My name is Haya.
Hi, Haya.
My
Like bullying? Oh,
Very good question.
that is a good question. I was also in high school. I was very quiet, but I was also goofy. So I'd only be like goofy around my friends, and I didn't have any problems with people. And I grew up in Queens, so we were very around a lot. We're around a lot of different cultures. So when it came to bullying, I really didn't experience so much of that. And before public high school, I did go to like private Islamic school, so it was very like sheltered. Why is that something you're facing? So like what I would say to you is be yourself. Don't worry about like what other kids are saying about you. And the more they talk about you, the more unique you are. Because people don't talk about the boring people. Hey.
My name's Francine.
Hi, Francine.
I was just curious because I'm Australian.
Okay.
So, and I guess before I moved to Dubai, I probably had one of the same stereotypes of the Arab culture. You know, and I've grown since then, having lived here.
Yeah.
I'm just curious, do you have a lot of followers from countries like Australia?
You know, I actually, I thought it was very interesting. Like, I thought all my followers were like Arab when I first started, but it was crazy to see that other cultures have very similar themes and upbringings as us. And like I said, like the slipper is like a universal language, or the strict mom is a very universal language. And that's something that I was looking for growing up. Like, I thought I was a freak show, or I thought like, you know, I was a different case around like my other friends. But we all have so much similarities across like a lot of Latino, of the Latino community is very similar, African communities, people all over the world. And it's a beautiful thing. And it's something that should be shown a lot more. So I'm so glad you said that point. So yeah, it's actually very shocking, but in a great way. Like, oh my God, hey, what's up? We connect on that level. We have like the same things going. So yeah. And I feel, hold on, I'm not done. I feel like that, like I said, like we're portrayed in a very negative stereotype in the mainstream media. And so it's good for people to come out and show more of the beautiful things that we have, like family, food, culture, how, we're very loving people, and that's not shown enough. So now we control the narrative, right? If I'm gonna meet somebody out in public and I'm not feeling good, I'll always give them the time of day. Like, I will always say, hey, what's up, how are you? And, you know, there's times where I'll feel better and have a more in-depth conversation, but there's times where I'm just like, cordial, nice, and keep it. You always just gotta show love back to the people who support you. Hi.
My name is Shweta.
Hi, Shweta.
This is my sister.
Hi.
We are Indians.
Okay.
I just wanted to let you know you have a huge Indian following as well.
No way. Aww.
I'm very thankful for the subtitles that you flash around.
Thank you. See that? See, I do that on purpose, and thank you so much for noticing that. Tell us, I guess we're gonna move into
we'll move into the meet and greet now.
Yeah.
Guys, make some noise for May. Thank you for watching the episode.